I think getting back to his core identity, going back to Santos, being in Brazil where they accept him fully for who he is.
100%.
Party guy, he's out, he's social. You know, there's a whole thing that comes with, you're not just getting the player Neymar, you're getting the superstar celebrity Neymar.
Do you know what time it is? It is rumor mill time. That's right, we tell you the rumor, and our esteemed analysts here on Morning Footy tell us if it is the right or wrong move. And the first one, Manchester United now reportedly leading the race for Sporting CP striker, 26-year-old Viktor Gyökeres. Darian.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, you know they need a number 9.
They need a number 9. They need a hungry goal scorer. They need a younger player. I mean, 33 goals and 6 assists, the most in all competitions in Europe. This would be the player that you can build your team around. He already has history with Antony from Sporting. This is a player that you want to go somewhere where you're trusted, you have a good relationship with your coach, you know exactly what you're going to get out of him. He's reliable, he's hungry to be in front of net, which is something United has needed. The iconic celebration in United. I love this. I think he should absolutely go, and I mean, why not? For me, if I were him, yes, you're going into a tough position because United is terrible right now, for lack of better words. But you get to go be the star of that. You get to bring in. You're going to be the player.
Manchester United.
You're going to be the player that the team is built around, and I like this. I think it's a really good move, and I hope we see it get across the line.
I mean, yeah, I can't argue with that. Thumbs up, with the caveat being like, unless he wants to go to Arsenal. I mean,
wow, we knew it was coming. We knew that it was coming.
I have to hold my ground for Charlie here.
But I do agree with you, though. It would be an excellent move for either club, but Man U needs it more because they don't need Gyökeres. They need Jesus as well. They need help. They need a prayer. They need whatever it is. But I do agree with you, though, Darian. This would be an excellent move for Man United. It could be, you know, one step closer to them getting back to respectable, more consistent football because we see them, you know, one step forward, maybe 5 steps back.
Yes.
I think this could maybe help them, you know, get that consistency that they need, especially in the front line.
If you were him, would you want to go to United?
When the biggest clubs in the biggest countries come calling, you don't say no.
With your former
13th?
coach?
I mean, yeah, I'm going. I'm going
too.
because there's opportunity there for, like you just said, to be the star, to be the savior, if you will. With Man U, it's not going to get, well, it could get worse, I guess.
Not with Gyökeres, it's not going to get worse.
It's almost to be said that it cannot get worse. And if you go as the guy there and it doesn't work out for you, it's like, well, it hasn't worked out for really anybody.
Relegation's not off the table, but if there's another team that comes calling in the Prem, and there's the potential for Champions League football.
You mean Man City? Or who are you talking about?
I mean...
But is this not the stepping stone? Is this not a potential stepping stone for him to go on? I mean, assuming they don't get relegated. So I'm going thumbs up because I think Gyökeres is not hurting Manchester United at this point. I think with a player like this, you will start to see this team crawl so slowly back up the table. All right, so that's potentially one in. One that could be out is Man U loaning Antony to Real Betis.
Who are you going to? Kupo, you want to go first?
I mean, I feel like, yeah, I mean, it would make sense. They need to make some moves. Betis would benefit, I think, I hope. I don't think that... I feel like Antony's one of those players that has been like in and out of this squad. And it's like, you know, just make a decision.
Thumbs up for me.
Yeah.
Get out of here. We haven't seen him confident in so long. He's a great, talented player. He really is. And I don't think he's given his best to United. United has not gotten the best out of him. I mean, when you're in such an inconsistent team, how do you expect to have consistent players? He needs to go somewhere where he can build confidence back up, go to a team where he's going to get consistent playing time, and we can finally get that swaggy left foot back on the pitch, scoring goals, looking dangerous. I mean, his body language at United, even in their last match, looks so defeated. And that is so tough as a player to try to overcome that and stick with the same squad. It's time for a fresh start.
I couldn't agree more. When you only have 12 goals and 5 assists and 96 appearances, it's just not really working. And it's not just him. There's a lot of players at Man U where it's just not working. But a loan to Betis would be great for him. He'd be able to go there, get a fresh start, like you say, be more comfortable. You're also playing in a different country. It's just in a whole new environment. I've seen so many players where it doesn't even really matter why it's not working, but you know they're of top quality or potential top quality, then they get a refreshed environment and they absolutely kill it. So I think this could be a situation for him where if the loan goes through, if he in fact does, get to Betis, he could look refreshed, but we'll see.
Christine, guess what? We're moving to Arsenal.
Okay.
Willing to spend a rumored $85 million on forward Šeško. We spoke about Šeško at the top of the show, and he's been widely linked to this team, but in the summer transfer window. The rumor here, could he be coming during this transfer window?
Just get him on a plane. He's 6'4", he's fast. He's
6'5".
He's 6'5".
Put some respect on my man's height.
bad.
Put some
6'5".
respect. 6'5".
Man should be.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm going to save that one for later. I'll think about it. But I digress. No, he's great in the air. He's got a nose for a goal, long-range shots. He can do it all. He's got Europa League experience, Champions League experience. He knows how to get things done when you have to sort of diversify priorities in terms of big teams, big leagues. Yeah, do it. Just give him whatever he wants.
Big thumbs up for me. Yeah, he's a great player. I think, especially watching how Arsenal are so set on their set pieces. They're so dangerous on their set pieces. Imagine having somebody that tall to be another target for them. They're also been craving a 9 that just is a proven goal scorer. That's their bread and butter position. Havertz, I don't think the 9 is for him. I don't think it's setting him up for success or his confidence. Bring in a solid 9. Let him roam more into the midfield or on the wing channels. I think this is a great move, so thumbs up for me.
Jaleel?
I mean, this is a...
Thumbs up, Jaleel.
It's a nice desk this morning.
Jaleel.
No, it's too nice. Come on.
I know we've been agreeing.
No
but
more.
I want something more for Arsenal. I want something more. So I'm gonna trash it. I think yes, Arsenal, you guys need to make a move. I agree, and I think it needs to happen now. I don't think the summer is the time where you guys need to bring in somebody. But give me something more. Give me something more.
Okay, what's more?
But
Is
time might be
Gyökeres
running
more?
out.
So of the two, let's say, hypothetically speaking.
I would take, if you're boxing me into 2, I want Gyökeres more.
Okay.
I like his ability to run into the channels a little bit more. He can do just a little
more
bit,
dynamic.
A little bit more, yes, dynamism for me that Arsenal needs. So we can't always agree, even though we're making good points here. Šeško for me is just not enough for Arsenal.
It's not my $85 million, so I'm saying thumbs up. Let's move into some MLS rumor mill. So it was that Neymar was potentially coming to MLS, heavily linked to the Chicago Fire and former U.S. men's national team coach Greg Berhalter. But over the weekend, it is now could Neymar be returning to his boyhood club, Santos? Jaleel.
I mean, I think it's wild to say that any team that is actually looking to bring Neymar in at this point in time, it's a risk. Because you don't know if he's going to be healthy enough to sustain whatever contract you give him. You don't know really where his mindset is in terms of how bought in he is. Is it a business move? Is it a money move? You don't really know at this point in time. And it sounds crazy to say because Neymar is arguably one of the most talented players we've ever seen, maybe since Pelé or Maradona. But for me, I think going back to his boyhood club makes a lot of sense. I love stories like that. They're feel-good stories. It's reported that there's already a deal done with Santos, but now it's can he get out of where he currently is? So it's still not 100% done.
You don't want to see him in Chicago?
I just feel like that is so until I see something that is legit. I don't believe
That's
that
very selfless.
in one way,
very
shape,
selfless
or form.
of you.
Even though Chicago, shout out to the club that started my career, but that sounds wild to me.
I'm sorry. The second that I heard that transfer rumor bubble to the surface, I was like, "There's absolutely no chance."
Which one, MLS or Santos?
Yeah,
it doesn't even seem
Chicago
real
one. It just
either.
isn't. The thing is, yes, we're in the age of record-breaking deals in MLS with players like a Messi, but respectfully or disrespectfully, Neymar, you're not Messi.
And
so
you
they had to jump through so many hoops
in a year and a half.
and sponsorship deals wrapped up in that to be able to create this package that is unprecedented. I don't think the next time that they do that will be for Neymar in Chicago. It just isn't.
No, I think if Neymar were going to MLS, it would be LA or Miami. That were somehow
I could
possible.
see LA mostly because the man basically lives in Vegas. So as long as he can get to Vegas, hop
he
those
can drive
flights.
or fly to Vegas.
Straight up.
I love it for Santos. I think seeing where he is in his career and the trajectory he had and getting this injury, going down the line, like it doesn't totally match up. I think getting back to his core identity, going back to Santos, being in Brazil where they accept him fully for who he is.
100%.
Party guy, he's out, he's social. You know, there's a whole thing that comes with, you're not just getting the player Neymar, you're getting the superstar celebrity Neymar.
So
and
Darian was very clear in giving it a thumbs up. Jaleel, I believe going to Santos, you gave a thumbs up.
Yeah, it's a thumbs up for going to Santos. If you're talking about Chicago Fire, that's trash all day. All day. Every day.
Yeah, let that man go home.
You know, you never get treated as
Let
well
him house,
as
like,
when you're home. And who doesn't feel great when they're at home?